everyone, my name is Mona and I'm making this video as the second part of the video series I'm making in this channel, OFW tips regarding condos. If you didn't watch my previous video, it's basically just about 2 things to consider before thinking of buying or heading towards like the journey of getting a condo while living abroad. First, think about your financial stability for the next 20 years. And second would be about the property manager who will take care of you while you're working abroad. So in this video, it's going to be 6 things to be cautious about while you're in the journey to buy one, and how to score a property and if it's worth investing or not. So let's go down the list. So I'm gonna read the list here. So number 1 would be location. For the location, you're going to check the city. Where is it located in the city? Is it near schools, near malls, near some casinos if your market would be foreigners? So basically, what's the niche of your location? So what does the location offer? So you're going to start off by choosing the city. So if you chose somewhere in Cebu, in Manila, or in Siargao, or in Davao, then you need to get more specific. If you have the city already, then go more specific with the areas around the property. So if you have a contact already or a real estate agent, then ask the agent the exact address where the condo will be situated, and then you can actually research yourself and check the perimeter of the property and what's near it. So number 1 would be location. Second would be the estimate expenses. So here, the value of the property as well, because you're going to have the purchase value and you're going to pay for the entire value of the property, and on top of that you're going to pay for the turnover fee. So you have to take you have to be cautious. You need to know the 3 things. So I will also link some checklists that you need to ask your real estate agent, and they need to give you specific numbers, because sometimes they just show you a paper of how much you pay, which is not the entire thing at all. So not everyone, not all OFWs know about this, so I'm sharing it to you. Third would be, let me go down the list. First, location, you got the value and plus the expenses. Number 3 would be marketability. Will you be able to market the property? Because they will show you pictures of their model units, and then like even the bare ones, you should ask pictures of bare ones, because bare units. Because the thing is, if they are a legit or a big real estate company, they probably started it somewhere else first. So you're going to ask for the model and the plan, so you know also how much to budget for your interior designing, or if you want to do it DIY, do it yourself. And then the 4th one would be the long term. Usually in the Philippines, you will have a long term, which the banks will give you, which is the loan term. So you're going to ask if what are the financing terms, and evaluate the different banks, because once some banks know already who are those people that are getting like after you pay the contract with for example Philinvest, then some bank agents would actually contact you like offering their loan terms. So yeah, so if you want it short term but then you pay more but less interest rate, but if it's like 20 years long term, then higher interest rates. That's why you need to know this first, and then the others. The fifth one would be your expected ROI, the return of investment. When will you feel the return of investment? Like, you need to calculate that too, and minus the expenses. So if you're spending more than you have to, then it's not a good investment. And then I've noticed like a lot of OFWs get like a lot of offers just from Facebook, and there are a lot of scammers, professional scammers, and I've noticed that they don't know how to research because they're already busy working abroad, and they want like to see growth of their money, but they don't know that it's a scam. So what you need to do is that you need to have a real estate agent that you really know, or have someone verify that identity of the person you're talking to. Or one way to do that also is to randomly video call this person. If they present or the files, the certificates, but certificates are easy to actually manipulate, so match the identity of the person you're communicating to, video call, and have someone call that company. So bigger companies actually are more legit. And what else about scams here? So the company should be stable, and then after presenting a certificate, ask valid IDs as well. Check the social media. If they made their social medias like within the last year, they just made their account, you would see it in their profile and in their information, sorry. Then you have to run away, because that's definitely a scam. And when they present details or pictures or proofs, what you need to do, you can actually right click the photo that they sent. You will see in the options there, search in Google Images, and then it will show you some results. So what will Google show you is that duplicated pictures. What's the source of that picture? So you would notice that it's not the original photo, or they used someone else's photo. So so here I listed down some cases already happened, that people who pretended to be agents would run away after the prospect clients paid the reservation fee. Usually there's 20k reservation fee. I don't know, I paid 20, but I heard there's 50k registration and reservation fee for others. So be very careful. And so let's proceed to the Google sheet I made, which will help you actually. What you need to do is that you need to have a Google account, and if you don't have that, then make one. It's very easy. So once your Google account is all set up, then you can actually go to the apps and you will see their Google Sheets. And this sheet that I'm going to share, you can make a copy. After you make a copy, you make a name or whatever. So basically, this copy here would allow you to research as well, so that you are at the same pace with the real estate agent that you are talking to, or even like 10 steps ahead with that agent, so you know what you're doing. So I made the 5 factors that would give you your property score. So step 1 would be to make a copy, and once you're done with the copy, then you can search. You can look for places or properties being listed, and then you can actually like use this to score it. And if you're talking to an agent, then you can ask that agent like what are the properties they're currently building, and give you a list, and then you can have the pros and cons for yourself. So now you have the location score here, the net value, the square meters, the long-term score, marketability score, and that would be your property score if it's a good investment or not. So the 10 would be the highest, and if the location is a booming economy like Cebu, let's say for example 3 years ago I made a research, and I got mine for just like lower, way lower than the prices, around 5 to 7 million right now. So let's say half of it. And then location was in Cebu. So is it near schools? So my property was 10 minutes away from big malls, and actually it's quite kind of like quiet, but when you go out of the compound it's like the city. So it's really good. And the niche would be the view. I had the view, my balcony had the view of the golf course, so I can give a score of 8. So for example, one niche would be like it's near a casino, or it's near an arena, or it has a sea view, a mountain view. So here, the value of the property. So if for example, the value would be around 4 million, 3 million, 2 million. It's up to you and your budget. Like how far can you go? What is a good budget for you? Because you need to consider also the expenses. So once you have the initial cost, I also made like the guide questions here for each column, so that you know how to score. And then some here I made a link with the Google Docs because it's more specific and tedious. And then if it's expensive, give it a lower rate, or mid rate, like 5. If this total square meters would be small or too big, then up to you. So you can score it too. And then the long-term options, if they present you a good one, then give it a 5 too. Marketability, so can you market it easily, and then you can give it a score like that. So it will show you colors here, and if it's like this, orange would be kind of like in the middle, like risky, but you can work on it. So it's like 50%. And then I should do that. Orange would be risk, red would be high risk, and then green would be good. So that's how you do it, but that entails research. So you can check the linked checklist here, so that you can have more specific guide questions. And I made also another tab would be for the ROI and expenses. So for example, you can ask the agent as well, if you buy a unit in that place, how much would be the monthly rental, like prospect monthly rental. So the prospect, for example, prospect monthly rental would be around 25,000 pesos, and then you multiply it by year, like times 12 months. Oops, sorry. Should use asterisk, times 12 months. So then the total expenses, like once it's turned over for you, you can need a list for that, and then you will say that the total expenses would be 200,000, and then the value of your property is 3 million if you are lucky or you have a studio. So it's 3 million. 3 million. So this would be your return of investment for a year, 3%. But usually you would feel it after the second year. A good return of investment percentage would be depending on your business strategy, and is it a long-term business or a short-term business. So I'm sharing this so that you can actually have a projection of when you will get it, the return of investment, and if it's really a good one, because you can use this tab as well to actually know if it's worth it and to budget your expenses. For example, the total net value that you want to buy is, lately I've heard the value is around 7 million. So is that a good ROI? Like after a year, if you get this as an income for 1 year, so it's 1%, and so if you lower down your expenses, usually furnitures would even reach 150,000 when you set up your condo. So it's 2%. So this one, if your loan term is 20 years, and for that, it's like you would feel it after 20 years. So not really a good one. So you need to look for another one that is smaller. Let's have, what if you have the value of 4 million? 3.75. You can work on that, because after the 2 years, if it will increase to 6%, which is a good one. 6 above is a really good return of investment. Like for those who actually have long-term plans for the business. So yeah, I hope this would help and makes your research easier, and you just make a copy and you can use it to research and choose the property that you want. Yeah, so that's it. In the next video, I will actually make some checklists too of questions to ask for your agent. Okay.
Thank you for watching.